be achieved. So before moving at how, let's understand first what an enterprise content management solution is. So the typical definition that's given is strategies, methods, and tools to capture, classify, organize, store, and deliver content and documents to its end users in a secure and timely manner is what is all enterprise content management is all about. So the end user could be various other applications, it could be business processes, or it could be different people in different departments using those content. Now, having understood enterprise content management largely as a technology, now as an organization, what you will have to do is understand the type of content that is important to your organization, and then how can you manage that content. So talking about content, this is how the content spectrum in any organization is. So primarily that can be divided into three halves. You have transactional content, you have collaborative content, and you have persuasive content. So transactional content are the ones that generally initiate outside the organization, and the volumes are pretty high. So typical examples could be invoices coming into your organization, various type of application forms, various type of onboarding forms. So typically the initiator is either your customer or your supplier. Then you have got collaborative content. Collaborative contents are the one that get produced inside the organization. So it could be sales proposal wherein the sales team has worked together to create that proposal. It could be a technical documentation. It could be a business plan. It could be a legal contract. So either teams or individual workers inside the organization produce these kind of content. Then you have got the persuasive content. So these are the contents that leave the organization. So they would be either going to your customers or to regulatory authorities. So it could be statements, it could be business correspondence that's going outside, it could be corporate communication, or it could be the messaging that you are giving on your websites. So you will have to classify your content into these three, have some kind of methodology to identify that these content are important for me to manage. And once you are able to do that, then you'll have to look at the right capture technologies to capture this content. So talking about the capture technologies, capture could be from mails. So you get multiple mails, you will like those documents as attachments in these mails to be captured. You would like to scan documents and then upload it into your repository. You would like, the organization would like that his field staff should be able to capture documents while they are on the move. So for example, if he's in front of a customer and he requires certain documents, he should be able to capture it through his mobile or tablet and then send it to the repository. Or you have already got certain content in your file servers that you would like to upload so that it is readily available to the requisite users. So your capture technology should cover all these possible dimensions. Now talking about mail, it should be as simple as that you can define certain IDs wherein someone can send a mail to that particular ID and automatically that attachment would get filed into your content repository. Scanning should be as simple as that only using your web browser, you are able to scan documents, classify them or put certain data so that its searching can become easy, and then upload these documents into your content repository. You should be able to capture through mobile. So out here you can see that you can have your proof of identity or your proof of address documents which the person who is there on the field is able to capture using a tablet, index it and upload it onto the content repository so that people out there in the office are able to take decisions on those. So once you are able to capture your content, then you need to have the right strategy to classify these content and organize these contents so that search becomes easy on these content. So the organization of content could be based on a folder hierarchy. You can define a folder hierarchy in which you will like your content to be published. So these folder hierarchy could be based on various departments in your organization. It could be based upon years. It could based upon type of documents. Say for example, it could be you have a folder for invoices, you have a folder for contracts, you have a folder for personal records. So whichever way you can define your folder hierarchy. Then for every type of document, you can define the way in which you would like search to happen. So for example, if it is invoices, then you can define that while I'm trying to capture invoice, I'll always put in the vendor code, the invoice number, the invoice date, and the reference number, so that later on when I have to access, I can quickly access these invoices. Similarly, you can define the index for, say for example, the policy documents that come to your organization. So you can have policy number, customer ID, name, date of birth, DOC, and then, so when you have these index fields defined, searching becomes very easy on these documents. Once you have classified and organized this content, now your system is ready for usage. And if someone requires a document, he only needs to search for that document. So he can search either parsing the folder hierarchy, or he can do a search. So he can quickly search on the various parameters that you have defined. So you can quickly search on that. Or you can even do a full text search. So full text search means whatever the content of the document is, you can search on that content of that document. So once you do the search, you will get all the requisite documents that are meeting those search criteria, and then you can start working on them. Thing that you have to ensure is that you should not require any installation for doing all these. A web browser should be sufficient to have all these functionalities. Once you are able to search, you can start working on these documents. So you don't require particular applications to be installed on that system to be able to view those documents. You should be able to view all those documents from a web browser. You should be able to work on those documents. You should be able to write your notes, comments, use annotation over the document so that the other person who is going to work on this document is able to see whatever you have done on that document. And you can access these documents even from your mobiles or tablet. So in tablet also, while you are on the move, you can log into this content repository, search these documents and view these documents so that you can work on it. So broadly try to cover the how part of it. So how is you have to have the capture technology. You have to have a methodology for organizing your content and then working on that content. Now I'll talk about the what part, so what is therein for you. So now interestingly what I have captured is enterprise content management, and now the marriage of enterprise content management and cloud makes this